Greetings, colleagues. Today we will cover and pass through the online Belgian visa form. Many people have been complaining about the online Belgian visa form, and I think it's high time we start doing it because of the confusion it creates. You got to realize that it's been very difficult for me to clarify doubts on it because many of the questions are in order and have a certain sequence to it. And I will not know which question is for which order unless I start filling the whole application. Seeing that this complaint has been flowing in a lot, we are covering this. So, Belgian visa online form. Belgian visa information in India home. Yes, the VFS office, which clearly is a waste of our time because VFS does a very bad job, but still. Okay. Online visa application form. So, when you click on this, the form appears. It actually asks you to log in. I've already created a login so that I can look through the form. So maybe I will sign out to show you exactly what it is. Here you put in your email ID. If you haven't, you register for it and then you put your password and then you log me yourself in. Of course, I've already gone ahead and filled in the form, but this is basically to help with it. So let's, there was I logged out. I don't remember being logged out. Oh, here it is. Yeah, sorry. So let's go through the form now. So when you open the form, these are the first things. Your visa application number. Now this will only come later. Your internet number that is connected. Language for decision for Belgian authorities. You are going to be living in Leuven. Leuven is the capital of West Flanders in the Flemish region, that is Vlaams-Brabant region in North Belgium, which is called Flanders. Here, the typical language of the government authority is Dutch, but by law, they're supposed to do everything in the following three languages, as French, Dutch, and German. So all three are good enough. Dutch can be good enough also. Location for lodging your application. That is where you're doing your application. India, and I'm from Hyderabad, so VFS Hyderabad. Is a family member a part of the European Union? If so, then only please tick it. And this is also ticked only for a short stay visa. So again, all students are disqualified. Applicant's information. That is your surname. My surname is Tarporwala. If I was a lady and I was married, then my surname changes, as you already know. So surname at birth. This is a typical example where people can fill up that detail. Otherwise, please leave it blank. First name, Jian. Date of birth, place of birth, country, nationality. Pretty simple. Now, it is very possible that you can hold a dual citizenship. Maybe you were born in the States. Then your country of birth would be different. Your current nationality might be Indian, but you also have another nationality. That's possible. Dual citizenship. Please do it. I am pretty sure this is very self-explanatory as it is mentioned over here. Then your sex. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's confirmed. Marital status. Yeah. National identity number where applicable. Yes, now for example, maybe you got, so this is your passport number or aadhaar card number. This is for that. Your travel document is your passports. There are multiple types of passports, but we are the ordinary passport. Here is a link of the different types of passports and the reasons for them, and I'm just attaching it for the off chance that it might be required in the future. Now, document number, that is your passport number. For example, mine is, I can't remember it, but it is the one which starts with H because it's from Hyderabad. Something like this. Date of issue, the date it was issued. Valid until, that is also mentioned. Issued by Regional Passport Office, Hyderabad. Issuing country, India. Pretty sure these details are not so much of a problem. Your home address. Now, this is your permanent address. As per the passport, please fill up the details. Please. That it is very important that this address is the same as the passport address. As accordingly, I have filled up the details with postal code. Many people ask me what the house number is. So in India, do you know the 10-3-32, this long number that you usually have? That is your house number. To be more exact, this is your house number. This is your street number. So street number 9 and 32 is another number which I really don't know. Residence permit. Now, as mentioned, this is if you reside in a country other than your country of your current nationality. So, for example, people who are applying for your Erasmus programs, EMM nanotechnology, for example. Your residence permit will be the Belgian one but your permanent address as per your passport will be the top one. So, for example, when you're shifting from Belgium to another country, like for example Sweden, Germany, or France, for the respective Chalmers, Dresden, and Grenoble, this is when the Belgian residence permit comes into play. Current occupation. We are all students. Please stick with that. I know some people thought research, but no, we are students. Unless you're coming here for a research scholarship or research student, or for example, some PhD students come here for 6-8 months. That can also be considered as research, but in this case, you are coming as, oh, this is current occupation. Sorry, your current occupation. That is student for that purpose as well. Then you fill up the details as per the internet based on your place. Travel information. Long stay visa. Student Art 58. We have already attached a document long before and discussed it, but Student Art 58 is what everyone applies. Member state or states of destination. You got to realize that this is also the same for tourist visa. For reasons they wanted to compile them together. That's why they're asking member states. So if you're going to multiple, but here your destination is Belgium. Member state of first entry, that really depends on where you're landing first. For example, there's a high chance if you take the Jet Airways flight or Etihad, I think it lands first in Amsterdam. So then you choose the Netherlands as the member state of first entry. That's perfectly normal. Multiple. Correction. This is also Belgium. Now, when you enter an airport, it is not exactly, it's more of a transit. So you do not, unless you leave it, you should keep it the same. So Belgium. Yes, that would be more correct. Sorry, guys. Unless you leave it, it's the same. Number of days. I've done a 2 years program. So this destination permit issue true. Now you can see I've got this question multiple times, and here a very clear explanation is given. If your country of destination is outside the Schengen area, but you transit through the Schengen, please get all relevant information about your entry permit for the final country of your destination. And it's very clear if your final country is outside the Schengen area. So this is invalid for all of us, because this is only for those people who are going somewhere else and they're having a transit in between a Schengen area. So for example, you land in Belgium and you're chilling for 2 days or something before you take your flight to, for example, the UK, which is outside the Schengen area. This is where it can come into hand, where the final destination is that for UK. Not needed otherwise. Previous visa, if you've ever been here before. This includes most likely tourist visa. So you can mention it if you've come here as a tourist. Host or accommodation. Now, many people do not get their accommodations finalized beforehand. Some go to a temporary accommodation. Accordingly, those who haven't booked a temporary accommodation can do via the university information. That's perfectly fine, because the university will issue you some temporary accommodations or might not. That all depends on when you land. Or if you book, for example, in other temporary accommodations, like for example, Leuven City Hostel. That's the one where I came in. So Leuven City Hostel, Leuven. Yep. So this is the one. Accordingly, so many are there. If once you buy it, you get an email confirmation with all the details. They're not asking for the proof. They're just asking for the details. So again, don't worry so much. You can pause the video for these details, but all of this is available on Google itself. Inviting organization. You're invited for your master's or by a company. So school, if it's KU Leuven. If it is a company for internship, then it's IMEC. If it is for an internship in the university, then again school. Okay. Organization number, these details again. Contact person. Now, Tessa Kralls is the one who mostly sends, or Harmony. So she will be your contact person again. You can just put the same address as the organization above. That will say. Financing of stay. Now, this is a very interesting one. Now, your financing of stay is taken care by your blocked account, and your blocked account is on your name. So, a visa applicant can go for two options. A normal visa applicant can say himself, where the first name is the name on which your blocked account is written, because the blocked account is written on your name, though the money comes from your father, to be very plain and simple. But that's one of the reasons why the university offers it. Or you can also go for the other person option, where you mention the other person is your sponsor. Both are very possible, because when your sponsor sponsors you, that sponsor can also do via the blocked account system. So again, the details are the same. You can pursue both options. They both seem pretty correct in my opinion, and then you fill in the details accordingly. With this, yeah, that would be the completion of your online form. With that, I hope that most details are covered. I strictly advise that when you guys discuss this on the group, that you use the video, because there are many times I have remembered on the group I've been sent Photoshop of this residence permit without having a context to mind that they before already asked your address. And this gets really hard, because I'm thinking, oh, this is just maybe a visa process. So many times here I've said the residence permit, okay, you fill in your aadhaar card number, for example. But no, it's very clearly written, if you reside in a country other than the country of your current nationality. Without that reason, you're not supposed to fill this up. So please, every time when filling up the form, look at the form as a whole, and that answers all your questions. There's a very well given question marks for all of these, which I recommend that you read them through. Okay, with this, I hope you guys, I wish all you guys all the best, and hope to see you all in Leuven shortly.